Welcome to the Participation Trophy of Gay Comics, everybody. Yes, the GLAAD Awards. That's like the Gay Lesbian Alliance something. And if you remember, last year, Tim Sheridan's gay Alan Scott Green Lantern, the gayest of all the gay comics. It was the worst self-insert cringe I've ever read out of DC Comics. And that says a lot, because there's a lot of that going on. I am not Starfire anyone. It led to him storming out of DC Comics and rage quitting because he didn't like them, quote, not supporting him enough. It was ridiculous. And look, Tim, it just wasn't supported because it was cringe. That's all. But GLAAD's going to support it. They are going to cheer for this. Please clap, everybody, for your GLAAD Award nominees, which we'll go over all of them briefly. But this is the one that takes the gay wedding cake. Hit the like and subscribe button, everybody, as we talk about all things comics. If you missed this for whatever reason, I'll go over it for you so you remember what it is. Really appreciate you being there. I have some non-gay comics called The Emerald Array. This is a Space Marine comic. It's a lot of fun, pure action adventure. This is what DC Comics used to be all about, is just like real heroism, lots of fun. And it's a sci-fi epic that you're absolutely going to enjoy. We closed out our campaign yesterday at over $23,000 with nearly 450 backers, but we are still live for in-demand. And so grab this now. It's done. I'm going to be open until I go to print in a couple of weeks here. So don't miss it. Wonderful stuff. You're going to love it. Thank you guys so much for the tremendous support. I'm very, very pleased with how this campaign went. Thank you again. So last year, comic fans were outraged that DC Comics took Alan Scott, classic Golden Age character, gave the character to Tim Sheridan to turn him into a ridiculous homosexual. Despite its failure and universal panning among comic readers, GLAAD is nominating it for an award for Outstanding Comic. Yes. Tim Sheridan's Alan Scott Green Lantern has been the cause of a lot of controversy, mostly started by Tim Sheridan himself. When he started marketing the comic, he made a cynical video urging people to buy the book to, quote, own the bigots. He literally said that, rather than talking about the merits of the story. This appears to be for very good reason, as the entire intention of the book seems to be about converting people to homosexual lifestyles rather than telling a Green Lantern story. In the first issue, Alan Scott Green Lantern borders on pornography, as it has a page after page of Alan Scott half naked with another man, as you can see here. Yay. Is this what comic readers want? You cannot resist me. Johnny, somebody might hear. Oh my gosh, terrible. And so later on in the series, it gets worse as it goes along. The third issue, Alan Scott trolls the docks in search of homosexual hookers, known as gigolos. And Alan Scott shows familiarity with one of these gay hookers, where the gay hooker even says a pet name for him, calling him Scotty. That's right. All right. So he's frequenting gay hookers. Later in the series, Green Lantern goes to the Spectre, who's literally doing work on behalf of God, who blesses his homosexual activity as an insult to Christians and moralities. You see the nice gay hug here? If God himself didn't want you to love, then how could you? Oh, disgusting. So that's what it did. The book sold dismally in comic shops. Readers rejected this take on a classic character, turning it into self-insert gay propaganda. Apparently, Tim Sheridan also has rage issues as he quit DC Comics because he blamed them for not supporting him enough over this book, according to insiders. Rather than reflecting on the reason of poor sales, authors oftentimes blame outside forces. Now, GLAAD is an evil organization promoting homosexual agenda in American culture, as it has an annual awards where they pick the most degenerate comic books and try to give them accolades. At the top of the list, we have Alan Scott, Green Lantern, of course. Then we have Avengers Academy, Marvel Voices. So this is Marvel Voices is a thing where they just literally put just gay stuff into books, and they label it that, right? Captain Marvel by Alyssa Wong. Alyssa Wong's one of the worst writers out there. She took over the character of Captain Marvel, and then, of course, put in her little side characters in that. I Heart Skull Crusher. I'm sure that sounds fun, from Doom Studio. The Nice House by the Sea, James Tynion IV, who James Tynion loves putting in self-insert gay stuff into it. NYX by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. This might be this. If you thought Alan Scott Green Lantern was bad, this is probably one of the worst books I've ever read. Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. Poison Ivy by Joe Willow Wilson. Interesting, they take a Muslim lady and make her write lesbians. It's like, this is the weirdest thing to me, because like, wouldn't you have a problem with that if you were like an actual Muslim? But this is how they do things. They just make you pretend to be an identity because you're just serving their weird cult stuff. That's what it all comes down to. Spectrograph by James Tynion, again, because they love to just put him out there. And Suicide Squad Dream Team out there as well. So this is it. This is your choice for the gayest of the gay awards. Which one will you pick, my friends? These are all terrible books. I mean, things that have not been selling well whatsoever. The comics industry forces this stuff so hard on everything. Everything's gay. Everything's about Black Lives Matter. Everything's about feminization. It's a total, complete disaster. And of course, they just love to like give themselves participation trophies, and that's what this is about. Because you can't actually get sales because readers aren't compelled by these, because they can't tell good stories because it's all fake and gay, and it's something that like they don't focus on any heroism. They're always focusing on this kind of stuff that nobody wants to read about because it's a self-insert, and they have to feel seen, and they have to feel like they're being represented all the time, even though they're the writer of the book. Just like work on the character that you know is the character. Stop. This is it. They have to give themselves an award because they've got nothing else. And that way they can walk around saying, I'm an award-winning writer, right? Rather than actually trying to sell books to readers. Well, we're doing the opposite here, guys. This is real heroism, real story. This is Lieutenant Lansing is out there, and what he does is take his team of elite Space Marines going out, and he works really, really hard to defend the Imperium. He's not afraid of anything. And he will fight for what's right. And that is exactly what makes a compelling character and compelling fun. There's tons of action in this. It is just a huge, fast-paced deal that you're going to love. Quite the opposite of modern DC Comics. And that's exactly what we're trying to do, is bring things back, change the comic industry, and make comic books great again, my friends. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.